Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amelia and we are yet again at the end of another month. Time just keeps doing its thing and we are rolling on into October now, which means it's time to set up another month in my reading journal as well as talk about what I'm going to read this month. So as usual, let's go ahead and get started with my reading journal. Hello friends, welcome back to my reading journal. And this theme that I'm doing today is actually one that I came up with. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before for use in my bullet journal, but I liked it so much that I am using it again here today. And it's a drawing of like a skeletal hand, probably not anatomically correct, but don't at me because I don't care. It's about the aesthetic. And it's just holding like a potion bottle. And this is definitely one of my favorite like design drawing things that I've come up with. So that is why I'm using it again here today. I just love it so much. And I wanted the chance to use it again and also just like show you guys because it just lives in my bullet journal, which I haven't really shared with anybody. So this is my opportunity to share it with you. But yeah, so I initially just sort of sketched it in as I usually do. And then I'm going with, I've used this marker several times. It's kind of like a soft tip, so you get some variation in the line weight and just going in and doing all of the outlines. There isn't a lot of color in this design, actually. It does stay pretty monotone, but we're gonna do a green for the potion liquid, and then for these little leaves, they're gonna be gray, so still not really color, it's still kind of like monotone, I guess you could say. But yeah, those are the basic elements of the design. And yet again, Mimi is visiting me because I swear they have like another sense for like when I've, oh sorry about that, when I've turned the camera on, they always know and they're like, we are coming to get involved, because they just love to get involved apparently. So I did actually sort of mess up, as you can kind of see the lines for the border went past where they were supposed to end. So I cut out a little piece of paper from the back page because I'm not anticipating using that back page, although I might regret it later on. And then I'm just covering up the part where the line went too far just to sort of hide that. And I would say that patch didn't work as well in this reading journal as it has in like previous journals that I've done it in, partially just because the paper on this is quite thick. So it's a lot more noticeable that there's another piece of paper on top than in like the previous notebooks that have thinner paper. You definitely can get away with it a lot more just because it doesn't create like the bump that leaves like a shadow or anything. But yeah, so this is the main part of the title page. I accidentally kind of did not get it quite centered. It's kind of hard to center a drawing like this because, yeah, I don't know, it's just hard to decide where is the center to like start drawing out from. So it's slightly off center, but I think that's fine. But yeah, what are your guys' Halloween plans? I don't really have any. I think on like actual Halloween, it's on like a Tuesday or something, which really sucks because it's like just such a random day. But we live in a neighborhood now that has lots of kids, so I think we're probably just gonna be like handing out candy, either watching like a scary movie or like playing like a spooky video game maybe. I think we were looking at Little Nightmares, although we also have like Gloomhaven and Frosthaven, and while they're not specifically spooky, I do feel like they kind of have like the correct energy for Halloween. I think last year we were playing Gloomhaven on Halloween and just like answering the door when kids came by. But I think we're gonna have a lot more kids this year, at least I hope so, because we bought 3 Costco-sized boxes of Halloweenies. So I really hope that kids show up because otherwise I'm going to eat them all and I'm going to regret it severely. Well, I'm going to enjoy it in the moment, but I might regret it afterwards. Although we've already opened one of them. I opened one of the boxes like on the ride home. So the odds of that one making it to Halloween, I don't know. We're going to have to see. We'll play it by ear. I might eat them all before Halloween, but we are moving on to the month in review page. Normally, I would just kind of make the title and then fill it all in like later when I do my reading journal sort of like fill in for the month, but I decided I would create the layout for it now since I'm going to use the same like stats and stuff as I have in the last couple of months, so I know sort of the spacing that I need for each of those like little segments. So I'm just creating little zones for each of those and then using just the sort of like what would you call it? Like streamer? No, a banner design like on the cover page for the little month in review title, and this like some more floral elements. And then we're just going to move on to the final page in this setup, which is of course my pages read tracker. And I'm creating the same border with the little cutouts for my table, and then just doing a pages title. I kind of forgot about the banner possibility on this page, but I don't really think it would have fit, so I'm happy enough with just having the title sort of freestanding and then adding those same floral elements in again. And then, yeah, just going in, filling that in, and then that is pretty much it for the pages read tracker. And here's a quick look back at the title page. Oh, and I forgot to fill in the cork. So the first book on my TBR this month is Knife of Dreams by Robert Jordan. This is book 11 of the Wheel of Time, and so I can't really tell you much about it without spoiling the first 10 books in the series, but you probably know what Wheel of Time is, so I don't really know what else to say. Next up is also Wheel of Time. We have book 3, The Dragon Reborn. I'm reading this for my Wheel of Time Summarize series. I know it's been a while since the first one, but I am working on the second one. It's just taking me quite a while to summarize. I don't really have an excuse other than I just have not done it because it takes a while. But I'm hoping to finish that soonish, and then I will start working on this one and hopefully be a little bit more expedited about that. And then after that, I am planning to read Golden Fool. This was on my TBR for September, and I did start it, but I only read 50 pages before I got distracted by trying to finish some library books, because I had like checked out a whole bunch because it was like possible the library was going to go on strike, and now I need to read them or return them. So this got put a little bit on the wayside, but I'm hoping to come back to it because I was hoping to finish Realm of the Elderlings this year. So yeah, this is on the docket for next month. It is book 2 of the Tawny Man trilogy. We're following Fitz and the Fool yet again as they deal with a new set of threats that are in the Six Duchies. And yeah, yet again, this is not the first book in the series, so I don't want to go too in depth and spoil the first one. But my opinion so far is that if you have read any of Robin Hobb's other work, like this first trilogy here, and you enjoyed it, then you should keep going and read this one too, because so far I am really enjoying it. All right, and then we have Brandon Sanderson's Secret Project number 3, Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. And this one I might read in September, I'm not sure yet. Because I want to do a reading vlog about it and get it out quickly because it just came out to like the mass market. Like this is like the Indigo edition. I assume the cover is the same for most of the like big bookstores. So yeah, I want to get to this one probably pretty quickly. I may not even finish the book I'm currently reading. I might just side hop into this one, but I don't really know what it's about. And I think I'm gonna kind of keep it that way. I like the bold use of like color and like the black and whites and stuff on this, which I know doesn't tell you anything about the book, but there will be a reading vlog where I talk about all my thoughts and opinions on this book shortly. It will probably be the next one. And then in honor of the fall season, I have a couple more books that I would like to read. I don't have them on me, so I'm gonna have to put a library hold in and hopefully I will get them in time. But first is Donna Tartt's The Secret History, which is like a dark academia book. I'm pretty sure we follow some rich entitled people at some school while they're like uncovering mysteries, secrets, I guess, probably a secret society, or maybe they are the secret society. I don't really know. Honestly, for a lot of books, I like to go in pretty blind. Like I'll be like, okay, this is like the general idea. And if that general idea appeals to me, then I'll like read the book without knowing anything else. And I just think it allows you to form your own opinions more easily rather than being influenced by what everybody else says it is and what it's about and how they feel about it. So that's kind of my take on that. But yeah, I feel like dark academia is definitely a fall sort of vibe. I know I'm definitely not alone in that thought, so I'm just hopping on the bandwagon, I guess. I haven't read a lot of dark academia. I read okay, I can't remember what either of the books I have read are called. All this to say that I haven't read enough dark academia to like give my opinion on whether or not I think it's a good like subgenre, so I'm hoping to expand on that a little bit and get into the fall mood with that. And then also, since you know October, spooky season, Halloween is coming up. What are you gonna be, by the way? I don't think that I'm probably gonna get dressed up. Honestly, this is like the first time I'm living in a house where like there are a lot of like children nearby, so I'm honestly just excited to like hand out the candy and probably eat like a pretty sizable amount of it as well. But I don't really have any going out plans. But maybe I will spend that evening reading this book, which is Murder in the Family by Kara Hunter. This is kind of like a thriller kind of vibe, which I don't think I've read any thrillers so far, so it'll be interesting to try out a whole new genre. But this book is a murder mystery where it's kind of like time has passed and they're like coming back to it, trying to like solve it again. And it seems like maybe there was some more information available to the initial detective team than they let on. So we shall see. We shall also see if I manage to solve it before the big reveal. I'm guessing that I will not. My brain just like doesn't usually work that way. I just kind of like start reading, and a lot of the time my brain just like switches off. Like I am just here to enjoy the story, and I will think about it after I've read it. While I'm reading it, no thoughts, just vibes usually. Which is maybe not like the most like academic way to read books, but I'm also like not reading for academic purposes. I'm just here to enjoy myself, have a good time. All that to say that I have no idea if I'm going to be able to guess this. Probably not, but I digress. But I hope you have enjoyed my reading journal setup and hearing what I'm going to read this month. Let me know down in the comments what you're planning to read this month. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.